Hey everyone, I'm Deke. Welcome back for another Wraith guide to Crusader in Diablo Immortal. I've put out a previous guide on how I PvP'd, and some things have changed since I put out that guide, specifically using Pouncing Shield. It's been just incredible. I finished last cycle at rank 1, and I'm in the top 10 in this cycle. I haven't played nearly as many games as last season, so we'll see if I can get there this cycle or not. We've had a lot of changes to the game since my last Battleground guide, so I've made a few updates for myself that I want to go over. I'm also going to try and demystify several of the systems that make some players seem like unkillable gods in BGs. First, let's talk about what's new to the game. BGs have had 2 updates iterating on the balance between attack and defense. The first was to increase the kills required for a defending win to 65. This didn't change much of anything from my perspective. The second, however, has shaken things up a little bit. Defending idols now return to their home base 50% slower. With this past update, I have noticed considerably more attacking wins and defending losses. If you want to check out more of my thoughts on overall PvP balance and things we could do to make it better, I'll drop a link to another one of my recent videos. Okay, let's get to the build. For our skills, we're going to be using Sacred Fire as our primary, Holy Banner, Condemn, Spinning Shield, and Conjuration of Light. I'm going to blow your mind with this first essence, Arrow Keeper. Big surprise. You've got to have Banner traveling with you and being immune to damage. For the chest, we're going to use the Iron Suzerain. Now, Condemn is dragging enemies towards us. You also get the bonus damage from it when you're maxed out on your Essence Mastery. Prior to our most recent update, I was using the Wind Blessed Pauldrons as my shoulders to increase the duration of Bubble, but since then I'm using the Radiant Auspex, which is dropping an AoE blind on all enemies every time you cast Bubble. This is an incredible essence for PvP, and it's definitely a part of the kit now. For the pants, we're using the Permanent Reproach. This is going to increase the radius of our Condemn, which will catch everybody in one of the lanes. Horn Splitter for the main hand, getting a little bit of dot damage so we can get those kills when people run away. And then the big one, Pouncing Shield. This thing hits 10 times. Now the damage does get reduced each time it bounces, but it's pretty incredible when you have Banner up and you just drop all 3 of these on a single target, you can just kill somebody straight out. And now that we have this blind from the shoulders, we can actually proc our Chip of Stone Flesh, lock everybody down, and give us that easy skill shot to cast all 3 shields while they're not moving. It's a pretty incredible combo. Okay, on to the sets. We're going to be using 2-piece Urges to increase the duration of our Bubble and Banner. And the big change from the last build that I was doing is I'm running 4-piece Mountebanks. Now this has a trigger on it, so when you take damage, you have a 20% chance to gain a shield. If you have 4-piece, that shield is up to 33% of your total health. This is really important because you can stack health with your Paragon tree. You can get additional health from your Warband room. So you get these really big shields that can keep you alive and also soak up a lot of the dot damage that you're getting from all the classes that are running all these huge dots. Not to mention, Mountebanks synergizes perfectly with the new cursed property Nettled. So with Nettled, every time you gain a shield, you're getting a counterattack shield so that when you're hit, you counterattack for 40% of all your damage to nearby enemies. You can reduce the cooldown on this by getting more set pieces. I believe you can reduce it all the way down to 40 seconds at 6 pieces. Also, you can see here that 4-piece will increase the damage to 48%, and 6-piece will increase it to 56%. Keep in mind the Bubble from Conjuration of Light will not trigger the Nettled bonus, but if you're running a Frozen Heart gem, this will trigger it, so this gem has a lot of synergy with the cursed properties as well. One thing to remember with the cursed items, they all have negative properties. In this build, you're not going to be running any dash, and you're not going to be running any summons, so ideally, now this is very hard to do, you'd like to have the negative properties be dash and summons. Okay, moving on to Paragon. Now with these new updates, you can assign any points you want for any build, so you definitely need to be taking advantage of this. So for me, what I like to do is I like to take 100 points in Gladiator and 99 points in Survivor. The reason I say 99 is there's one point in there, one of the unique properties that will only trigger from a monster attempting to kill you. So that will not work in PvP, but you take the 99 points and the other points will work. So what I like to do is I like to start in Gladiator. I go in, once my cheat death gets procced, I will get out of combat and I will swap to the Survivor tree. The Survivor tree is extremely powerful. The lower your health gets, the faster you move and the more damage reduction you get. It's so funny watching people try to chase me down and kill me, and they can't catch me because of how fast I am. So for Warband bonuses, if you're running any invocations, you want to take the stun, and then you want to take the protector rune, which is giving us 5% block, but even more importantly, it's giving us 6.5% maximum life, which is going to make our mount bank shields even bigger. Alright, so let's look at some of the most powerful ways to boost your character in PvP. The single strongest way to power up is by attaining Whisper 4 as a shadow. You can have up to a 32% damage and defense versus players. Immortals have a similar system tied to their overall Immortal Reign rank. So the key here is to do your shadow dailies. This is very, very important. I find when a Reign flips and I lose all of my bonuses, Battlegrounds become extremely hard and I'm just kind of the fodder for the whales to chew on. But once I get these bonuses stacked back up, I'm a force to be reckoned with. Next, badges. If you play the game a lot, you're going to be stronger than players that do not, and not just from gear farming or spending money. It's from your Deeds of Valor badges. A contributing Shadow Clan or Immortal member can earn 8% damage and 8% life to their character per cycle up to 3 total cycles, meaning you can have an additional 24% damage and 24% life. If you're an adventurer, your best is 6% per cycle up to 3, and if you really put the work in and you're a leader of a Shadow Clan or the Immortal, you can earn 12% per cycle up to 3. Last thing is the new Accursed Tower system. There's a tower that your clan can win that gives you a flat 20% damage in PvP buff. This is huge towards your Battleground experience. So if you stack all of these numbers up, you're looking at 32% plus 24% plus 20% on the damage. I hope this helps clear up some of the hidden advantages for some of you, and you'll see ways you can optimize to be as effective as possible in Battlegrounds. Let me know if you have any thoughts or questions. You can drop those in the comments below. I hope some of you get something positive out of this guide, and we'll see you in the next one. Happy Crusading.